Hi guys, welcome back to another video. So today we are looking at Sparcoin and I will be covering its roadmap, SPA band and price action and its TVL and some on-chain analysis on who is buying and who is selling. So this is going to be a pretty good update on Sparcoin, and if you are keeping an eye on Sparcoin, or whether you are holding Sperax or even planning to buy Sparcoin, and I think this video will help you. So first of all, as you can see here, this was from my previous video. You can check that out if you are interested. It should be showing up around somewhere here. So as you can see, this I said in the previous video before that, and this I said that when the trend line breaks, the Sparcoin will pump. So as you can see, the trend line broke and it went parabolic, and it went from here to 1414, around 14 level. So it broke this high, so this was a pretty good gain, and it again retested this level. So there is a pretty good dynamic going on before that, because as I said in that there is a good buying and selling happening behind the back. And if you watch my video, I said that these guys are buying. If we did some on-chain analysis and we find out that these are buying, so that impact came when the trend broke. So first of all, we will go over the important news. So what happened was that this pump came after their announcement. So the announcement was that the proposal, which was that SIP 60 Umami DAO Uniswap USDS liquidity incentive partnership. So this this governance protocol closed, and as you can see, it was a success. So I think because of that there was a big pump, and I think there were some last minute votes or something like that, and that caused the pump after that. So as you can see, there was 46, 44 and so on and so forth. So this was the big news which happened I think before the last pump, and it closed on Feb of 23rd. So if you look here, the pump was on Feb of 23rd. So this explains it pretty well. So another point to note here is that we have to look the stats of the Sperax protocol. If we look at the version 1, it does not have anything. So if we look at the version 2, which is here, so let's wait it for it to load. I'm not sure what happened with it, so let's just wait and see if it comes up. So before it loads, let's look at other things. So this is the Sparcoin roadmap. As you can see here, it is a pretty good. So actually we can use this timeline and roadmap to predict when the next Sparcoin wave will come. So as of now, what I'm looking at is that their Demeter, that is their another app which is already live, but they are planning to launch version 2 of it. So they are planning to release public revamped front end, which in the March of 2024. That means in the next month. So which means I think that will be the pump point for Sparcoin. And another thing is that they are planning their CDP stablecoin. They will develop prototype and initial testing in Q1, and they are planning to launch public beta launch in Q2. And I think Q2 could be the pump point for that once it comes out. So another thing is that they have planned something like decentralized front-end development and testing that will be out in Q3. So Q3 is also pretty good for SPY, I think. As for Q2, we have something called USDS 2.0. So they have a stable coin called USDS. So they are planning to launch a new collateral and strategies and multi-chain expansion. So multi-chain expansion is pretty good, which will happen in Q4, and they are also planning to launch new collateral. So which means Q2 could be good for that as well. So and they have a big update coming in for governance in a Q2, more public function governance mechanism to manage USDSC on chain. So another thing they have, Q3 is something which will be the main starting point for Sperax, because they are going completely decentralized in Q3. So Q2 and Q3 should be good for Sperax, and even Q4. So as of now, we have to look at these things, Q1, and another thing is that they are public release. So these two could be the pump point for Sparcoin. So if we go to, okay, so it's not loading for something. Let's try to see if it happens. So I think I have already seen the, what do we say, their stats. So their stats look good. So if we look here, total protocol revenue is around 31k, as you can see, and total yield around 30k, and total fees are this. So they have distributed around 36 million to the SPA holders. So what is interesting is this. So this is pretty interesting. So if you look here, this is basically shows that how much the protocol is being used. So if we look here, this week was pretty good for SPA. They banned around 26k SPA, and the last week was not that good. They only banned 1.3k, and before that they banned 23k, and before that 27k. And as you can see, January was pretty high, so they banned now 96k, which was pretty high. And even January proved to be pretty good month for this. So if we look here, in January they burned around 341k Sparcoin, and as of now they have burned around 117k Sparcoin, so which is a half of that. So that means that SPA did not have that much activity going on in favor. So it does not mean something will happen. So I think once this goes up in numbers, and I think it will, SPA should have a good time. So let's look at the TVL. So in terms of TVL, it had actually gone down, so which is not a good. So it was around 2.62 million, and it is around 2.2 million, so which has gone down. So that may not be a good for a SPA. So in terms of so let's look at some on chain. So as you can see, this is all of these addresses have bought, and I checked, nothing was going on. We will be looking at Coinbase and MEXC, because KuCoin is very complex, because they have a KuCoin 1 and KuCoin 2, and you cannot actually see what is going on behind the back. So if we look here, so this is which one is this one? Okay, so let's just open this one first. So this one is a Coinbase. So if we look here, there is a lot of buying happening. So this happened 1.3k. This guy bought 1.3k Sparcoin for, I think, 1 2 3 4. Okay, so these are a lot of transactions, and he actually sold them to the Get.io. So nothing we can do. So this guy just bought from Coinbase and sold it to Get.io. So I'm not sure what he's doing. So he's probably involved in some arbitrage. So as you can see here, someone actually dumped 1.8 million Sparcoin on the Coinbase. So if we look at this, and if we look at 1 day ago, around 23rd or 24th, so I think he sold around here somewhere. So that was a pretty good, somewhere here. So he could be the seller which we are looking at. So as you can see here, okay, so this one is a different, yep, this one. So as you can see here, this guy sold around 1.8 million, and this one bought around 14 million Sparcoin, which is pretty interesting. So as you can see, we have a new whale in the town. So this guy is around 36 million Sparcoin in his value, and he has been I think he holds around 1.029%. so if we go to this address and 1.029, this one, so this guy is buying Sparcoin without any issue. So if we look here, So this is our seller. So he has been buying SPA coin. So that means he is expecting something big. So that could be a good point to note, because that means that we still have a buyer interested in SPA coin, which is pretty good. So let's look at some other buyers on Coinbase. So another big buyer I think is this one. So this guy is the same one, as you can see here, 95 at the end, 95 at the end. So all of the others are sellers, as you can see here. So do we have anyone big? So yeah, this one actually bought around 14 million. Yeah, he bought actually 14 million of them, but I think he sold them on KuCoin as expected around 17 hours ago. So which means so this one, okay, so he sold around 50. Okay, so this guy has been selling once it goes up, so he, I think, is a trader. So these are some of the on-chain, this is some of the on-chain analysis, which I think is pretty interesting to look at. So let's look at the SPA coin and see what is happening. So as you can see here, I thought that it would come here, but actually it did not, and it only hit this demand zone, which I actually did not notice, because as you can see, this is a pretty good demand zone, and actually it went from up here. So that means that this demand zone is useless as of now. So this demand zone I think is valid, and the coin could come here actually. So if we look here, so let me draw it for you. So I think it could actually come here. So at 106 and 105 is a pretty good entry point for this one, for the first entry, because as I have discussed, there are buyer interested in SPA coin, so which you have to keep that in mind. That means that it could go up once it comes here. So this trend line is still valid, because as you can see, it retested and it is going up again. So our entry point would be here, first one, and I think this one could still be filled. So this one is the next one around 96 to 95, and the rest can be seen around 86 to 85 and 76 to 73. So these are the long-term points, because I think the SPA will probably come down at some point once the BTC does some correction. And as we talked about on the roadmap side, those points could be used for the pump. So if you are interested in SPA coin and you are planning to buy it, so these points could be a good entry points. So after that we have 71 to 68, and after that we have 59 to 55. So these are the points which are pretty good buy points, you need to keep in mind. So this point I think is a very high demand zone around 86 to 85, and this will be probably the biggest pump point we'll see. So as of now, let's see what is happening. So I think it is going up, so I think it will probably come down here somewhere, because there was a lot of buying happening, but there was also being there was a lot of selling happening, and there was a lot of buying happening. So I think it could probably it could test this level here. If not, I think if it does go up, we have let's see, where does it go? So unfortunately it did not break this high, as you can see here. So that means that it has a good resistance around here, so around somewhere here, yes. So if it goes up, so from what I am looking at, this resistance could play out interestingly. So it could hit here and come down. If not, and if it decides to go up, we could be looking at these levels. So let me just see which level seems pretty good. Yeah, so this one I think could be the another resistance around 12 169 could be the resistance as well. So if not, I think if there is a high demand area and high demand zone, and there is a lot of buying going on, as you can see, there are a lot of buyers in the market, and we also have a whale who just bought 14 million and 6 million SPA coins. So that means it will, and they are expecting something, and whatever they are expecting, and if that happens, I think SPA coin could be heading towards new all-time high, which could easily be 0.3 0.03 or even 0.04, as it is a low cap. So it only needs around 40 million market cap to go above $0.23. So which seems pretty good. Yeah, so this was it. I hope you liked it, and I will be back with